Hey guys, so this is gonna be a short video about hunting or trying to get the animal tags in Cetus, Fortuna, or Deimos, wherever you want to farm them. So I'm gonna be showcasing my Ivara here, which I generally use. If you don't have an Ivara, don't worry. You can also use like an Equinox or an Equinox Prime or an Ivara Prime, whichever you can get your hands on. But this one does get a bit of setup you need, which is the rest and rage subsume from Equinox. Well, Equinox is a bit hard to farm, but if you do have a farm, you can do this one pretty easily with Ivara. And one more thing that you need to make sure is that make sure you have the emissive thingy set to black. That way, you will always use the sleep part of the rest and rage. You will always sleep the mobs. That's what I'm trying to say. So the mods are pretty much self-explanatory. Try to use a preparation if you have one, because that just helps you not to use the pizza. I mean, if you like using energy, energy, energy pads, all right. If you like using energy pads, that's totally fine. But if you don't like using energy pads, preparation just saves you a bit more credits. Other than that, you need a bit of duration, range, and efficiency helps a lot because you will be spamming this ability a lot. Arcane Energize, if you're feeling lucky. Other than that, you can pretty much run an Ivara, and that should make your runs faster. If you don't have an Ivara, Equinox also works. Do keep in mind that you will lose the invisibility in this case, but as long as you're in the night farm, you should be pretty easily using the rest ability here, and that's pretty much you need. Nothing else really. That's all you need. Weapon, just your preference, whatever you want to use. For this demonstration, I will be showcasing my Ivara, so let's roll with it. One thing I did forget to add was if you do have the Oxylus Sentinel, you can try using the scan matter on the Oxylus, which just basically enables you to get free materials every 3 seconds. All you don't even need to think about it. All you need to do is just run through specific places. I mean, you can just totally forget about it. Oxylus will automatically collect those stuff for you. So this is a really nice way of passively collecting stuff while you're hunting for tags in case you need them. So in Cetus, we have these things called trade tags here, where if you scroll downwards, you will find a collection of mods that are going to be useful for your companions. So we are going to farm tags for these specific maps in Cetus. So the mods that you will try to get from Deimos are under Sun, under the trade tags option right here. So these are the mods, and the tags that we'll be farming for will enable us to get these mods in particular. In case of Fortuna, we go to this guy, the business, we go to trade tags, and these are all the beautiful mobs that we will be farming from here. Now, one thing I should say that for some of the rarer animal tags, you should probably try to get the lures, because they just enable you to track them, which just enable you to use the pheromone synthesizers. Like in case of specific lures, there's gonna be a couple of specific synthesizers. It applies to Cetus, it applies to Deimos, it also applies to Fortuna. Like once you're done with your common tag farming, and once you're trying to get something like the Horace or the Kubro Incarnodon, you are probably gonna need the synthesizers in this case. So make sure to grab all the lures, at least one copy of each, and the synthesizers, try to get sure 4 or 5 of them, so that once you do find a place to use the lure, you can use the synthesizers and get their corresponding tags. Okay, so we begin by going inside any of the open world places. In this case, we are going to be trying out Fortuna. We open our map to detail mode, and we select one of the lures, which will also mark them on the map. Then we use our Arcwing to get there, and we're here. So we start by tracking the footprints, which will take us quite a while to get there. So I fast forward this section. So once you have that roll there enough, well, if you're in invisibility mode with Ivara, use the corresponding echo lore and the synthesizers to make sure the drop is rare. Then we use our lore and try to keep that single dot in that exact middle place, and we try to trace it as it goes up or down as shown on the screen right here. And then once the conversation from the business is done, we just start going to the exact location by switching to a track ride.
Let's carry this animal to safety.
So they will actually show up on your map as white holograms. So all you need to do is find the exact spot, and as soon as you find there, use your rest and rage, and they will fall asleep. Then you press X in front of them, and there you go. Perfect capture. So in with this method, you also get a bit of additional standings. So it only works in Cetus and Fortuna. So we have the Saga here that I've also captured using the exact same method. And then we have this thorny Bolarola. Well, Bolarolas are cute little creatures, aren't they? And then we have some sort of, well, I saw them near me, so I just made sure to get them as well. You will find animals always walking here and there, so as soon as you see them with your trank rifle, just make sure to collect them. It doesn't really take much effort or at all. And then we have one of the rare ones, the Kubrodon incarnadine. Now you will need around 6 or 9 of them. So you need the synthesizers to make sure they spawn, but they are rare by the way. So we have another vermin here that we have also caught using the same method. And finally, I believe this one's an ugly little fella, isn't he? This one is an Horax Stormer, which is also a rare one. So these are all the stacks that I have collected just tracking them. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys found something useful. That will be the end of this video. Bye. Bye.